Okay, so my name is James Williams Jr. and this is Kung Fu Habit number 2. So I'm posting this. This is about dating in or out of a relationship. Let's just say it's about dating. Alright, period. So I'm in one of these adult groups. Uh, I think it's called CFC. That's the abbreviation, so that way I won't like put the group out on blast while I'm still in the group, because I have a knack for getting kicked out of these groups on Facebook. So I want to post this here on my YouTube channel and possibly my Facebook, because I talked to a guy who delivered something yesterday, and I get a lot of flack from my family members, and I get a lot of flack from other people. And the flack is basically about my preference of women to date. Alright? So first and foremost, let's get this right off the box. No one has the right to tell someone else who they can or can't date. This message is specifically for people who do not support or come from or appreciate interracial dating. Alright? And also to a person who I no longer support, Mr. Umar Johnson, because he doesn't support that I have the right to love who the hell I want. Alright? And I have a preference. Alright? And most people who date have a preference. It's not a crime to have a preference. It's just you go with the people who actually treat you like a human being. So I can give you this story, and hopefully you guys understand, and don't take this the wrong way, especially if you're a female of color. And by of color, I specifically mean a black female. Alright, so as I was talking to the guy yesterday, and I don't remember his name, which is good for him and for me because I don't remember his name. He also has had a horrible black woman story. Now, I'm not specifically directing this at black women, because this could be any man of any ethnicity dating any woman of any ethnicity, and why they choose to date a different ethnicity. Alright? So, I've had 2 black women in my younger days, before I was a teenager and after I was a teenager, that I dated, that almost got me killed. Which is why I do not date black women. Alright? Now, I'm not saying all black women are the same. Don't get me wrong, don't get that shit twisted, but I'm 1,000% honest. I'm really just not into black women. Alright? And in fairness, most of them have never been into me. Alright? Let's keep it real. When I was a kid, before I found out that I was mixed, when I just thought I was black, and that's all I wanted to be was just black, and you couldn't tell me I was anything else, until I got into the 5th grade and found out that I was more than just black. So, through up until I got into the 5th grade, black girls, I had like maybe a couple of black girlfriends, and all my experiences with them had been just bad. But they weren't that bad, because puppy love is puppy love. It's real to the puppy, but as for the world around you, no one cares. So one of my first black girlfriends would constantly do stuff at school that would just piss me the fuck off. And she knew that I wasn't really a jealous type, but I was just mad that, who the fuck's raising you to walk down the hall and let your pants fall so everybody can see your underwear? That's one of the things that kind of started to turn me. Alright? So later in life, when I actually learned what the fuck dating and sex and shit was, I had these 2 chicks from the same city, years or 2 apart from each other. The first one, she destroyed me because I really liked her. She asked for space. I gave her 5 days where I wouldn't be all up under her like a lost sick puppy, which I basically was, because I really loved her. And so she said, I need some space, Jimmy. Give me 5 days. And in that 5 days, she brought a new boyfriend home. And long and short of that is, he learned how to fly off of my father's porch on the James Williams Express tip of my boot. Alright, so a year and a half later, I'm about to turn 14, or I am 14, one of the two. And another girl whose father and my father were close. They were hoping we would get married and all kinds of shit. Well, we were 14, and she was secretly dating a 23-year-old while she was dating me. Which, as good as I was at Kung Fu at the time, I wasn't good enough to beat a fucking grown-ass man. And the grown-ass man threatened to kill me. You know, he straight up threatened to kill me. And my dad straight threatened to kill him after. After that, it really behooved me to stop dating black chicks. So I did. And I'm not saying that all black chicks are the same, so don't get this shit outraged. Don't get your panties in a bunch if you're a black girl and you're watching this and you're like, well, you're not all that. I know that I'm not all that. Hell, I'd go to say is I was pretty fucking ugly. And I'm still pretty fucking ugly, but I'm better than what I looked like a few years ago when I burnt off my damn face. You know, and a lot of people take their gifts for granted or their blessings. I have since learned to not do that. I used to think I was ugly, and then I burnt off my face. After burning off my face, I since learned that this here beats that there. So I'm ugly, good for me. I can live with being ugly because it beats being burnt the fuck to hell. Anyway, that's another story. So after that, I just really had a bad string of girlfriends, and I've had a bad string of white girlfriends. So, I've always had a preference because my very first test with crushes was with an Eskimo girl, or at least she was half Eskimo, and she moved away and I never seen her again. Anyway, that being said, I've always been more attracted to Asian or Native American type women. And since Native Americans are Asian, that explains my genetic makeup of being attracted to them. And I really do love Native American girls. There's not enough around here to go after or pursue because I don't live on a reservation. My great-grandmother came from a reservation. I have not been able to find that reservation. I'm still looking for that shit in Powhite, Richmond, wherever the fuck it is. I'm still looking for it. Anyway, anybody out there watching this, her name was Ada Wallace Ford. Her birth name was Ada Wallace. I don't know what her tribal name was, but I know her last name was legally Wallace, and then she married a Ford. And then my grandmother, her daughter, married a Williams, which is why my last name is Williams, because my father is her son. Alright, so we got that out of the way. So on the group, how it's trying to explain to people that, this black chick, she's like the bomb, daily bomb. I mean, she's badass. I'm not going to mention her name, just know that she's the bomb. I'm not going to show her face. You want to show her face, just look for the group that we're in. It starts with a C and ends with a C. CFC. So I'm not going to give you the name of the group. I'm just going to give you that much and just happy hunting. You'll see me if they don't kick me out after this video. You'll see me. Anyway, if you see me, then you probably found the right group. I'm in so many of these damn groups, so, it's just hard to say. But they're adult groups, we talk about sex and flirt and shit like that. But anyway, moving on. So, I mentioned on there, I'll actually read what I wrote. Because there's a picture of her. I'm not going to show it, but there's a picture of it. And, I'm talking to this dude who's from Ghana or whatever. And he asked me something, and I said, no women of color don't like me, like American black women, and but more like the ones here in Virginia. Now, if you scroll back up further, the girl, her name starts with an N. She says, "What are you trying to say now?" And I'll see if I can zoom in. No, I cannot. But anyway, here's was the text right there. The chick in the pink hat, in the purple down there. So she says what I was trying to say. Now, I don't know if she took what I was saying the wrong way or whatever. But, I level the playing ground field by saying, no, women of color don't like me. Like American black women only. And then I put, it's more likely a Virginia thing. Because most of my life I've been in Virginia. I haven't really met too many black women that aren't from Virginia. And then I put down after whatever the hell the guy says, most of the black women here don't like half-breed men. Or they want gangsters or thugs. And then I said to each their own. Which is why I'm making this video, because it's the truth. Most of the women here really only want gangsters or thugs. And, I have no intention of going to, like, Africa or wherever the hell she's from. And, it's not that I have anything against Africa. But I've met Africans who like me, and I've met Africans who don't. I've met Africans who straight told me, yo, you won't survive 5 minutes there, because if they see someone with hair like yours, or if they see someone who looks like you don't really belong in Africa, so I guess I look more Native American than them, then they would probably kill me when I got off the plane. Am I afraid? Fuck no. But I ain't stupid either. You know, just because you don't go somewhere does not make you afraid. It just means you're smart enough to know maybe this motherfucker might be right. And it wasn't too long back in the 90s where people were always trying to send black people back to Africa. But the problem is, a majority of people who are black have as much Native American or white in them as I do. And they just don't want to acknowledge it. And that's how that shit works. So, long story short, I prefer to date women of Asian or Pacific Islander or Spanish or white. Do I hate black women? No. Are there very sexy black women? Hell yeah. But I also know those very sexy black women will look right through me and be like, yeah, you're not good enough for me. And they generally have bodies like that chick. They have the, like, to stop traffic bodies, the bodies that would, like, cause an accident. And they also have faces that match their bodies. It's like fucking beautiful on every level. And I'm not gonna wait a lifetime for a chick that does not want anything to do with me to change her mind. Because if we men were mind readers, we would be dangerous to women. Not just on the physical sense, but on the mental sense, because we would know what the fuck they actually want. I'll make a video about that. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Comfort Habit number 2. Be seeing you.